What's up, everybody? I just read the newest Goosebumps book, House of Shivers, Scariest Book Ever, and it was okay. I mean, I liked it. I didn't love it, but it was pretty good. Um, I'll start with the cover art. This cover art's actually really amazing. I'm not sure if Brandon Dorman did this or not. If he did, it looks really good. I'll start with this monster bat looking thing. He looks like it. The face looks like the haunted mask to me. It looked like that from the beginning. Going away from that, we see two kids running from this castle-like house with this purplish red sky in the back with a full moon. It's pretty awesome, and I like the fog. I love the sky on this. This is amazing. One of the better cover arts right off the bat. I saw a lot of people that liked this book, that really loved it, that gave it like 5 stars. I don't think it was that good, but it was pretty good. It was honestly like, I saw where somebody said it's like a better version of Legend of the Lost Legend, which Legend of the Lost Legend isn't one of my favorite Goosebumps books, so, take that. But it was kind of like that. It had a little bit of like the Beast from the East in there. Yeah, it was okay. This was more of an adventure book than scary, I'd say, but there are some scary elements. The story starts off with two kids, Betty and Billy. They're going to go stay with their Uncle Wendell, who they've never met. Their parents have to go to this conference meeting thing in London, and they can't bring their kids with them. So they get to the house, and this house is like this huge castle-like house that's like a straight tower, and there's woods surrounding it. And they go to the house, and they drop their kids off or whatever, and the uncle doesn't show up. So the parents are like, well, we told them, you're coming, so we're going to leave, good luck and all that. So they like leave the kids there. And I was like, okay, whatever, it's kind of messed up. So the parents leave, the kids knock on the door, nobody comes. They eventually walk into the house, of course. And this guy comes in and he like looks at them and they're like, hey, we're your niece and nephew. And he's like, oh, right, and he like doesn't even really recognize them. And he tells his daughter to get their bags and put them upstairs or whatever to their room, show them where they're going to be sleeping. And they think it's weird because their parents don't even mention that he has a daughter. Like, they don't even know they have a cousin or anything. So we quickly learn that Uncle Wendell, he is in kind of a panic mode, because he tells the kids that they came at the wrong time. He has to find this book. He collects books and all this stuff. The parents mentioned that he collects books and all that and artifacts, but they notice that there's not a lot of books and stuff in this house. So he tells these kids that one of his books came up missing. He says he thinks a thief took it to the Wayward Woods, which is behind the castle. And he warns the kids that they have to go into these woods, but there's a lot of crazy creatures and stuff inside these woods. They'll be leaving the next day to go look for this book. The kids ask like what's inside the book, and it's very vague. He doesn't say. It's just very scary. So before they go, they see this bat flying into their house, and the bat has a human face, and he tells them to beware and all this cool stuff. That's pretty scary. We learn about some of the creatures that are in these woods. The Uncle Wendell says that there is a blood skeet in the shed out back because they keep hearing noises. And inside, and he describes this blood skeet as this giant mosquito that can drain all of your blood in either 2 seconds or 10 seconds. I can't remember. But yeah, that's pretty scary. They quickly go into the woods, and Billy, our main protagonist, or second main protagonist or whatever, he has this thing where if he gets nervous, he sneezes. So he sneezes and these bears jump from a tree and they try to attack the kids. And they're called tree bears, which I know that there is a Goosebumps book that has tree bears in there. And I'm not sure which one it is, like right off the bat, but I know that I've seen that somewhere. And I don't know that I've seen a bat with a human face, but I feel like I've seen like a monster with a human face or something. Maybe I think, and that was in a Give Yourself Goosebumps book in a Little Comic Shop of Horrors, I think. I could be wrong. Memory's a little vague. But yeah. So they go into the woods and they're looking for this book. And they run into these bears. They run into root snakes. They run into locusts, like giant locusts. And I'm sure there are other animals that I'm missing. But they get caught in quicksand and get lost. And the uncle disappears. They can't find him. They see his machete sticking in the ground. So the kids panic. They go back to the house. And they hear this person screaming inside the shed. And they open up the shed. And this guy comes out. And that's where I'm going to leave that because it spoils everything. The spoiler on this book, the first spoiler caught me by surprise. But this book is split into 3 parts. And each twist is the same thing, but in a different way. And it's really funny. There's also this funny thing that I thought was really, really great where Uncle Wendell hides a book, and he says that he hides it in the kitchen because it's like plain open sight, and it's too obvious for anybody to notice. And this is typical Stein. And he gets ambushed by the thief. He takes the book, runs away, and he's like, "Don't worry, that was a fake book. I knew that he was going to come in here and do that. That's why I hid it in this location." And he goes to this location, and I think the book gets taken up or something like that. And he was like, "No, that was not the real book either," or something. It's like, you get what I'm trying to say. He like goes into a safe. It gets a little confusing with the ending and like where the original book is at. And you don't really get to know what's inside the book. You don't. But I'm hoping, because the next book is called Goblin Monday, and I'm actually hoping that this book I hope this is similar to the movies where he opens this book, it releases a bunch of monsters, and that's where this book leads to. Like, because we don't know what the House of Shivers is. I'm hoping it is this house on the cover that's Uncle Wendell's house, and I'm hoping that is like what this series is going to be based on, because we don't know what the House of Shivers is really. But yeah, this book was fine. I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. I thought it was okay. It was mostly an adventure, funny type book, but I'm thinking that the next book is going to be a little more focused on horror. It seems, it's about goblins, so maybe that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, I didn't love this book, but I didn't dislike it either. So yeah, I give it a 3 out of 5 stars. I thought it was just fine. I didn't think it was bad or anything. The only negatives I had was it was a little repetitive, but I mean, that's kind of the nature of this book. But especially like when they go into, it was a lot like a Shocker on Shock Street when they go into these into the woods and then you run into monster after monster. So yeah, it's a little repetitive, but other than that, it's fine. This isn't a bad book at all. The only other negatives, like I said, there was would probably be like the twist of who is what. That's all I'm gonna say because I'm gonna spoil that. And yeah, that's it. Other than that, this book is great. I recommend it. I think you'll like it. It's definitely not the best Goosebumps book out there, but it's one of the best newer ones, I'd say. I saw a lot of people. I will say this: I saw a lot of people that just didn't like Slappy World, and I don't have like Slappy World in my brain like right now, like how many are good, how many are bad. But I will say I enjoyed the majority of Slappy World. I would say, like for the most part, I think I only gave like 2 books out of the series a 2 out of 5 stars. So we'll see. I think majority of them I enjoyed to a point. Like some of them were mediocre and stuff like that, but I don't think it was a bad series. I think Slappy World was better than Most Wanted, and I will say it's definitely better than Horrorland. Horrorland, there's literally like 4 books that I liked out of that series. The rest were either mediocre or pretty bad. Yeah, I'll have to do I do like a thing on Instagram where I do like nostalgic reviews, where I kind of go back and review books that I've already read. It's kind of weird, but I might do that with Horrorland, just kind of jog my memory on them. Some of them, I think I remember Horrorland pretty good for the most part. The Most Wanted, on the other hand, there's a lot of those that I just don't remember a lot of what happens. And it's weird because I read Most Wanted more recently than I did Horrorland. But yeah, anyway, I'm off the topic. So yeah, this is a 3 out of 5 stars for me. Also, real quick, I hear that it's Arleson's birthday. I think the 8th of this month, I think, where I've seen it. And he'll be 80 years old. So, and that's one thing I will say too. Like, from here on out, if there's like newer books that he releases, I'm just thankful that we're getting books still at this age. I hope that he writes till he's like 280 years old. You know, I'm gonna collect everything. But 80 years old is a age that I don't know if I'll be doing what I love to do when I'm that old. But you know, I hope Stein keeps going. He doesn't owe us anything, but I'm very thankful for that we're still getting like new books. This feels like the 90s again, kind of. It's just a shame that the next book is like 2024. I'm not sure exactly what month. I think I saw where somebody said it was like March. So, you know, we got a long way to wait till our newest book. And that's kind of sad because I only have like 2 more Slappy World books to read. And, you know, I got the one that's coming out in 2024. And then I would have read all of the original, like the regular Goosebumps books, like standalone stuff. I have the Give Yourself stuff, but to me, it's not the same. There's some good ones, but there's a lot that it takes a lot out of you to do those. But I still got Fear Street and stuff to look forward to. So yeah. Yeah, 3 out of 5 stars for me. This book was good. Yeah, I'm rambling now, so I'm going to cut it off right here. So thank you guys. Let me know what you thought about this book in the comments below. Thank you. Bye.